All right, one second here. Bring it back.
I'm sorry, Councillor Calhoun, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I move that Director Mr. Firman Bentley and Mr. Richard Grogan address Sarnia City Council at a mutually agreed upon date and address the following questions. Does your company include 136 employees as of December 31st, 2019, the reporting period of the financial statements? Did Bluewater Power Corporation charge $2,270,690 in service fees to the City of Sarnia? Did Bluewater Power declare a dividend of $1,950,148 in 2019, of which 86.05 or was 1,678,102 was attributable to the City of Sarnia? Number 4, did salary, wages, and benefits account for $13,184,982 in 2019? Why was 421,811 moved from salaries, wages, and benefits to the non-defined category other? Why is there no breakdown of other, which is represented as $3,108,149? What does it include? Does the 421,811 represent executive compensation for the year of 2019? And if not, what does it represent and why was it moved out of salaries, wages, and benefits? Do you consider your organization to be apolitical in nature? Does the other expense category include the $10,000 donation to Mayor Mike Bradley? Who authorized the $10,000 donation to Mayor Mike Bradley as declared on March 25th, 2020 as part of the declaration of 2019? What is the total dividend paid to the City of Sarnia since the inception of Bluewater Power Corporation and its affiliates? What is the process of determining new directors for the Bluewater Power Board and affiliated companies? And that directors Mr. Firman Bentley and Mr. Richard Grogan are available for further questions at the same council meeting.
I have a seconder. Stark, Councillor Stark. Okay, questions from council, comments? I have to, for the record, Councillor Calhoun, item 9 and 10. I wish you'd called and contacted me. There's no check written to myself personally. None at all. No check was ever written to me personally. And any check that comes into the city of Sarnia, which does come to the mayor's office, which happened in this case, here's the check. It came in, it's written to the City of Sarnia. It was sent down immediately to the treasurer. Here's the check. Here it is. And the insinuation, which has caused me some concern in the community, that somehow I personally benefited. In 33 years as mayor, no one has ever questioned my integrity. They've questioned my style. They've questioned my views. They've never questioned my integrity. And all I had to do was ask, here's the check to the City of Sarnia. Came in, and it was the event on August the 6th. It was sent to the treasurer, the director of finance on August the 7th, saying, would you please deposit this in the account for that event? The Canadian Walk of Fame, who sponsored the event, not the city, it was the Canadian Walk of Fame. We contributed and Bluewater Power did. But I do not know why you would suggest this money came to me personally. It never did.
I will, well, if I could respond to you, Mr. Mayor. In the actual finances on our city council report of our finances, it was written under your category. However, my questions aren't to you. I'm sorry if it came across as me accusing you or insinuating anything about how you use that money. My concern actually is of a city-funded corporation donating money to an event without the approval of council of what that money is actually used for. So that's my primary concern. I apologize profusely if in any way that came across as me accusing you of misspending that money or using it personally. I do not accuse you of that in any way.
Well, again, I've seen some things today I don't like on the council floor of accusations of conflict of interest. You guys have been doing, and lady, have been doing really well in the last 18 months. We do not need this. The other point I want to make, that's not my expenses. These are the council expenses broken down. And in some of those things, and I will give you a couple of examples, Bluewater Power, without council's authorization, contributed to the field hospital that was developed with Lambton College. Bluewater Power has financed, like Enbridge and Union Gas does, they've financed Canada Day. They gave us $85,000 to the city to upgrade the arena. So it's not uncommon for that to happen without council's involvement. Some there was, some there isn't. And I really do think a simple inquiry to the CAO, you don't have to come to me, would have answered those questions. And the other point, in closing, I just want to make is, I don't know if you've gone to the Bluewater Power general meetings. That's where the questions can be answered and should be answered. They should be held accountable on the things they do. So other speakers, Councillor Bird.
Thank you, Mayor Bradley. Yeah, we're each going to cover a lot of different points the same, but so through the chair to Councillor Calhoun, in comment to his motion, as the lead shareholder, I'm sure that the city could invite Bluewater Power to make a presentation to council and staff at any time. And of course, you can always attend their respective AGMs and ask all the questions that you wish. I'm just trying to ascertain, in reading this, the purpose of all these questions in this particular forum when they could be all asked at the AGM. So perhaps you could please clarify that for me, Councillor Calhoun, why you brought them forward in this particular forum instead of following up by going to the source for answers, please.
Sure. Because we are 86% shareholder, there's a lot of dividends that go back into our general budget that we are responsible for. So in the interest of transparency and open government, I'm interested in having those questions answered.
Okay, thank you.
I've got Councillor Boucher.
To Mr. Calhoun, regardless how you spin it, the things that went out to the people, it was that the integrity of the mayor was just challenged, and you have to be very careful about this. We went through this last term, and I had to deal with many councillors who did not follow the rules. They weren't very good at that, and the public is watching, and they watch exactly what your questions and what your intention. And I just want to warn you about what happened last term, and I don't want it to happen again in this term.
Thank you. With all due, can I respond to Councillor Boucher? With all due respect, every time that I ask open-ended questions, I tend to get these unveiled threats that I shouldn't be doing it and questioning the integrity of the mayor. I am not questioning the integrity of the mayor. I am asking questions, and I feel that this is my responsibility as a councillor to ask questions. And I don't necessarily appreciate all the warnings that I'm getting that I need to be careful because I'm going to be like last council just because I'm asking simple questions. I'm not insinuating what you're suggesting I'm insinuating.
Just one more comment, I'm done. Regardless how you spin it, Mr. Calhoun, you are wrong for doing that.
Councillor Stark, and then I'm going to call the question.
This comment can be directed both to Councillor Boucher, and for that matter, it can be directed to every member of council. We took an oath at the beginning of this term that contains the word fiduciary. Fiduciary requires us to look after the taxpayers' money. Bluewater Power deals exclusively with taxpayer money. It is our responsibility to provide oversight for that entity and to suggest that by asking questions that involve the oversight responsibility that we as a council have, in my view, is way out of bounds, way out of bounds.
Let me call the question.
So, in conclusion, I agree with Councillor Calhoun that you cannot impugn the mayor's reputation, and he has not. He has asked for the signing directors, Mr. Firman Bentley and Mr. Richard Grogan, to answer the questions that he posed. So with that in mind, I defer.
Thank you. I just need to add this in because this is personal on me. Read the question. The $10,000 donation to Mayor Mike Bradley. And then look at the quarterly statements, which clearly are the council statements on all the different things that are spent for council during the term. If it simply asked, explain the $10,000 donation to the City of Sarnia, but it was personalized. I'm sitting here with a post here. What'd you do with the 10,000? What'd I do with the 10,000? You questioned my integrity, and you didn't even call me. You didn't ask me. What was this about? I got this information in 2 minutes.
would this resolve this? Because I do want this resolved, and I apologize again that this has come this way. I was not asked by Blackburn, even though they, asked you, and you've got your points in there. If we changed those questions to remove Mayor Mike Bradley and just to the City of Sarnia, even though it's under that column in the council expenses, it's under your specific column that's separate. So if we can word that in such a way that doesn't question your integrity, I would be happy to amend that motion to do that.
I want to just go back and point out to you that the sundry includes your council meals. The sundry that you say is mine, it's not mine. It has some events like the mayor's honors list, but it has a whole list of things: centennial books, council expenses, council nameplates. I mean, anyone who's in business reads the statement knows this is council's statement. It is not mine personally. And that's where I take the offense. What I'd like to do is call the question and move forward.
Well, no, I'll agree with, as a seconder, I'll agree with the removal of the name Mayor Mike Bradley from line number 9 and number 10.
As long as we're all on the same page of what donation we're specifically referring to, I'm fine with it. For the Chris Hadley event, we could change.
Well, the mover and seconder have the right to do that. We'll deal with the question. I think that's the key. So that's been amended. Let me then deal with, I'll do a roll call on the question, starting with Councillor Bird. Madam Clerk.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Councillor Bird?
No.
Councillor Bouchy?
No.
Councillor Burrell?
Yes.
Councillor Calhoun?
Yes.
Councillor Dennis?
I believe he's on the call because of the,
right, that's correct.
conflict of interest.
Councillor Stark, sorry.
Yes.
Councillor Vandenberg?
And I'm really struggling with this one. I'm going to abstain.
That counts as a no,
No.
Councillor Vandenberg, in the municipal act when you abstain. So what's the tally you have there?
I need Councillor White.
Councillor White?
As amended, yes.
And Mayor Bradley.
The answer is no. So what is the tally you have there?
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yeses and 1, 2, 3 noes. Oh, 4 noes.
So it's a tie.
So it's a tie.
So the question is lost. What I'm going to do, Council, I'm going to call about maybe a 10-minute break.